What's going on, everybody? Home from Michigan, US 131 Midwest Drag Racing Series with Blue. Rough weekend, but that's all over with now. It's time to get ShopTruck loaded up to head to the dyno. I'm all dirty. I just got done mowing. Hadn't mowed in, I don't know, 2 weeks. It'd been raining here a lot. You wouldn't think I'd be this dirty and dusty though with how much it's rained, but I am. So anyways, go over here, get hooked up to the trailer, get ShopTruck loaded up. My dyno appointment is at 3 o'clock tomorrow with Andre at Abel Racing. We're gonna get these Turbo Smart E-gates dialed in and I'll get this thing ready to race. See me and Mallory take it around for a drive the other day. Took it to dinner. Drives great. Made a couple passes. Seems like it might be fast, but need to get the gates dialed in so I can really work on a boost curve and get this thing out and get it racing. It is Armageddon week. I still haven't decided if I'm going to take ShopTruck to Armageddon or not. I don't know. We'll see how tomorrow goes on a dyno. But anyways, for right now, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Please, I appreciate it. All of you that have already subscribed, thank you very much. Those of you that have shared the videos, commented on the videos, I appreciate it. Also, everyone that's been to phantom405.com and picked up some merch, thank you very much. It helps my quest to make all my things faster, and plus it's just cool to see my t-shirts and hats on people, so I appreciate it very much. So anyways, gonna go ahead, get this thing loaded up, get in, get a shower, and get ready for the day tomorrow. So stick around. Made it over here to Abel Racing once again, this time with ShopTruck, and it's time to it's the finishing touches to make this thing race again. So we'll probably, I'd be lying to y'all if I said I wasn't going to make at least one power pull with it, just to see what it will do, see what this new Forced Induction Solutions NT98 is made of. I assume it will make some serious steam, but mainly here just to get the Turbo Smart electronic Wastegates dialed in, and then once those are good to go, we'll go ahead and shove some boost down this thing's throat, see if we can crank out 1300 plus horsepower again. So get it. Andre's finishing up with another customer right now, then we'll get this thing on the dyno and see where we end up. Well, that sucks, guys. Lost a wastegate on the dyno. Really didn't even get to make any pulls. Andre was working on getting them dialed in, and the passenger side wastegate, which is wastegate number 2, it unalived itself. So I wish I could say it was an uncommon occurrence. Unfortunately, the donk isn't operational right now either, because I have a similar issue with it. The bad part about it is I can't figure out why it's happening. In my mind, and I'm not the smartest person, these wastegates don't act on their own. They don't have their own brain. They only do what they're told. Like, they don't have their own power source. So what there's a power driver from Fuel Tech, and the driver gets a command from the ECU, and it tells the wastegate to open or close. So the wastegate's basically like a power window. I mean, it operates just the same. So when I press this button, the window goes up. When I press this button, the window goes down. So essentially, the way I understand it is, whenever that driver sends power to this red wire, the valve goes one way or the other, and then it sends power to the black one, and it goes the other way, is essentially how I understand it. I could be totally wrong. That's the way I take it. And then these wires are, this is wastegate position input. This is the sensor ground. This is the sensor power. Fairly simple. So in my mind, what happens is, and like I said, I could be totally wrong here, because this is happening whenever it's at rest. The truck wasn't running. We were not messing with the fuel tank at all. The ignition was on. We were discussing some plans. All of a sudden, there was a loud pop, and then burning electrical smell. And I know what that smell is, because I've seen it a few times on this car right here, in the same operational mode. Like, it happens at a point in time where the wastegates aren't doing anything. Like, this one happens whenever it's cruising around, not in boost, not racing, just literally cruising around. So this one is the same way. It was just sitting there, shouldn't have been doing anything. Wastegate should have been at rest. So something has to be telling it to either be all the way down or all the way up, and it gets stuck trying to do that operation. And then I really don't know what comes first, the chicken or the egg, but I would assume it burns this up first, and then the dual power driver is still trying to send a signal, and it burns itself up, and that's the pop. Now, that's all my theory or hypothesis or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what's happening. That's the worst part of it. And it's tough to troubleshoot, because, like I said, it happens at a point in time where the wastegate shouldn't even be operational. So that means I'm not data logging. If the data logger ran all the time, we may be able to pinpoint the issue here. Or even if it happened whenever I was making a pass or doing a dyno pull and the wastegate wigged out and burnt itself up, then maybe we could figure something out. But it's happening when the wastegate should be at rest, and I can't figure out why. So I'm probably done with the e-gates. I don't want to be, but I only get so much time to play with my toys. And whenever it's time to play with my toys, I want to play with my toys. I don't want to be troubleshooting. I don't want to be diagnosing. I don't want to be trying to reinvent the wheel, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my old wastegates back on. They always worked. Never had any issues with them. They just work. So that's my plan moving forward. I've still got them sitting over there on the table. They'll bolt right into place of the e-gates. I'll need to run some air lines, put my old Fuel Tech boost controller back on it, and should be good to go. Probably still get it to the dyno. Well, dyno is always a good thing to do if you got time for it, and it makes for a cool video. I've never made 30 pounds with this truck. I think that's probably my goal this time. So we'll see what kind of power it makes at 30 pounds. I know at 20 pounds it made like, or 22 pounds it made like 1330 or something. So I think this thing will make some steam. Disappointing. But that's also why I didn't commit to taking it to Armageddon, because I just didn't know. I didn't know if these things were going to work out. They should on paper. They're great. They work great in the 55. They work great on blue, on the Pro Mod. I mean, it's kind of different on the Pro Mod. There's only one single gate, and it's on the cold side of the Pro Mod. But the 55 is exactly like my truck, and exactly like the donk. We had an issue with it the first time it was on the dyno. We had to replace a driver and then rewire that driver. And it's been fine ever since. But man, for whatever reason, my truck and the Fire Donk, I don't know what's going on here. I just can't figure it out. And I don't like not being able to figure things out. But also, I want to play with my toys, dadgummit. So going back to the old Wastegates, that's my plan moving forward. I mean, the truck did make 800. I wasn't there to see what kind of power it made, honestly. I was just there to get the Wastegates dialed in. I know it'll make power. 800, I mean, it made 800 at like 7 pounds, I think it was. So, it makes power. There's no doubt about that. But anyways, I guess that's going to do it for this video. Unfortunately, there's not much going on. Thumbnail for this will be Dyno Day Fail. I don't like failing, but I guess it's part of what we do sometimes, unfortunately. So, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry it wasn't a better video. Sorry it wasn't a longer video. Sorry we didn't get to make the 1500 that I know this thing will make. Maybe next time. So go ahead and regroup here. If you have not already, if you're new here, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Should you feel the need, share the video, share the channel, help me grow this deal. I've got a lot of stuff. I got projects lining up, honestly. I don't have enough time for all the stuff I want to do. I've got new stuff for the S10. We got some new stuff from our buddies at Holly for Mallory's Mustang. I got some stuff I need to do to the Scout. I need to work on this unit right here. Someone buy that thing from me up there in front of the donk. I haven't even started that thing in like 8 months. It's a badass razor. Turbo deal, built motor, K&T turbo kit. You know the deal. It's just an older one, but it runs good and it's fun. I probably won't sell it, but if you got the money, I will. That's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Check out my store, phantom405.com. Get some merch. Help me afford my habits here. And come see us at the track. We're not done racing yet. 187 Customs Murder Nova. We're headed to Tulsa Raceway Park this weekend for Armageddon with the OG. Next week, we will be at Flying H again for the next to the last race of the Midwest Drag Racing Series with Blue. And then the week after that, we'll be at Maple Grove with the white car for, I don't know that that's going to be a no prep race or what, but it'll be the same style of racing we've been doing all year with that car. And then we have one more race with Blue of the Midwest Series at Tulsa. And I don't know, it's probably a month from now at this point. So anyways, be sure to keep an eye out for the schedule. We'll always let you know where we're going to be. And we'll catch you on the next video, guys.